What happens when you put one of the world's smartest fighter drones on the most powerful aircraft carrier ever built? You get a machine of war that's fast, quiet, deadly, and ready to strike without warning. Right now, this combo is already waiting in the water, right near one of the world's most dangerous conflict zones. The USS Gerald R and the X-47B drone are standing by. If the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza doesn't calm down soon, Hamas might be the first to find out just how dangerous this pairing really is. The USS Gerald R is the Navy's newest aircraft carrier. It's massive, high-tech, and built for modern warfare. But it becomes something even more powerful when it works alongside the X-47B, a stealth drone that doesn't need a pilot to fly. It can take off, land, and even refuel all by itself. And that's not all. This drone can carry weapons, fly deep into enemy land, and return home without putting a single soldier at risk. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real, and it's already out at sea. The X-47 wasn't supposed to be here. Back in the early 2000s, the US military started a project to build an advanced drone that could fight just like a manned jet. Both the Navy and Air Force worked on it together. But in 2006, the Air Force dropped out. They wanted to focus on building a new bomber plane instead. The original drone project was shut down, but the Navy didn't give up. They created a new program called USS and gave the project a second chance. That's when Northrop Grumman, a big defense company, stepped in and started building what would become the X-47B. This isn't just a drone. It's one of the most advanced flying machines ever built. The X-47B has no tail and runs on jet power. It has a wide body that helps it stay off enemy radar, and it flies all by itself. It can go high over 40,000 feet and fly far more than 2,000 miles without stopping. Inside, it can carry over 4,000 pounds of bombs and missiles hidden away so no one can see them on radar. And it can take off and land on an aircraft carrier, even when that ship is moving in the ocean. Back in 2013, the X-47B made history. It was the first drone to ever launch from a moving aircraft carrier, the USS George H.W. Bush. That was a big deal. Then, just a few months later, it did something even more impressive. It landed on that same carrier, all by itself. No human pilots were needed. A couple years later, it pulled off another stunt that shocked the world. It refueled in the air without any help from people. Even manned fighter jets sometimes struggle with that. The X-47B was proving it could do almost anything. The ship it flies from, the USS Gerald R. is just as advanced. It's powered by 2 nuclear reactors, meaning it can stay at sea for 25 years without needing to refuel. It has new systems to launch planes using magnets instead of steam, which makes takeoff smoother and less stressful on aircraft. It also has high-tech arresting gear to safely stop jets when they land. And the radar system, it's so powerful. It can spot targets from far away, track them, and help guide missiles if needed. Together, the Ford and the X-47B are changing how wars are fought. Now, a drone can fly deep into enemy areas, destroy a target, and return to its ship without risking the life of a single pilot. The ship stays safe, the crew stays safe, and the mission still gets done. These new tools give the US Navy more reach and more power than ever before, and they can be used anywhere, anytime, no warning, no risk, just action. But the Navy didn't stop with just making the X-47B. Behind the scenes, plans were already in motion for something even bigger, the X-47C. This version is supposed to be even stealthier, carry more weapons up to 10,000 pounds, and fly farther. It would take everything the X-47B could do and turn the volume up to max. If deployed, this next-gen drone could launch sneak attacks in the dead of night, vanish before radar even picks it up, and deliver more firepower than some manned fighter jets. And this isn't some side project. The Navy spent nearly $1 billion getting the X-47 program off the ground. That's not the kind of money you spend on something just to test. It's clear the US military sees drones like the X-47 as the future of air combat. They don't get tired. They don't need rest. They don't panic in battle. And best of all, if one gets taken down, there's no human life lost. Just launch another one. The X-47B also works perfectly on carriers. In tests, it showed it could land on a moving ship, handle high winds, and take off again without issue. It was tested on the USS Harry S. Truman and passed every challenge thrown at it. Crews even said it worked better than expected, fitting in with the routines and systems already in place. That's a big deal, because it means these drones can join real missions at any time without changing how carriers operate. What makes this even scarier for enemies is how quiet these drones can be. Unlike loud manned jets, the X-47B was designed to avoid attention. Its shape makes it hard to detect, and its internal weapons storage means there are no bulky missiles hanging off the wings. It can fly into enemy territory, hit a target, and be gone before radar even notices. That gives the US military a huge advantage, especially in places where stealth and speed matter most. And if that wasn't enough, think about this. The USS Gerald R doesn't just launch drones. It also carries up to 75 aircraft at once. That includes F-35C stealth fighters, another deadly jet that can attack from the sky, land vertically, and avoid enemy radar. These aircraft work side by side with drones like the X-47B. While the drone scouts and strikes from afar, the F-35 can deliver heavier attacks or defend the carrier from the air. It's a tag team of power and precision. There's also artificial intelligence on board. The Gerald R is packed with smart systems that help run the ship with fewer crew members than older carriers. That means more room for weapons, more fuel for planes, and better living conditions for the 4,500 people on board. AI helps monitor systems, plan flights, and even manage emergencies. It's like having an invisible co-pilot working around the clock to keep everything running smooth. So when you think about what's floating in the water near a conflict zone like Gaza, it's not just a boat, it's a floating war machine, unlike anything else on the planet. The USS Gerald R, loaded with F-35s, packed with AI, and ready to launch a stealth drone that can end a fight before it even begins, is a warning shot to anyone thinking of pushing too far. When you mix the world's most advanced drone with the world's most advanced ship, you don't just get power, you get total control of the skies and the sea. With rising tensions in the Middle East and other parts of the world, this combo, the USS Gerald R and the X-47B drone, is a warning. It shows that war is changing. It's no longer about big battles with thousands of troops. It's about speed, stealth, and smart machines. And for anyone watching from the outside, it's a message. The future of warfare is already here, and it flies without a pilot.